Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A Video, the official Q&A video series of NoDQ.com. Thanks as always for watching. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right down to your questions. The first one today comes from LT Surreal. Hey Aaron, what are your thoughts on Randy Orton's matches lately? To me, it seems as if Randy is just going through the motions. Well, I cannot speak for Randy Orton, but you have to look at it this way. If you're not in the main event at WrestleMania, if you're not even in a big match at WrestleMania, if you don't even know what match you're going to be in at WrestleMania, and if you're involved in segments backstage where you're doing comedy with Kane and Daniel Bryan and referencing Barney the Purple Dinosaur, would you be happy? And that's something you have to look at here. You know, Randy Orton was a huge star a few years ago, and now not so much. He's been pushed way down in the card, and he's pretty much an afterthought at this point. He's not even at the top tier level on SmackDown, and that's a secondary show. So if you're Randy Orton, I think you would most likely be a little bit frustrated, and he doesn't really have anyone to blame but himself when it comes to the wellness violations. He has the 2 strikes, and that's gonna definitely have an effect on his push. And the thing is, WWE is still paying him a lot of money, so one would think that they would want to get as much out of him as possible and continue to push him. But with WrestleMania, it could just be that WWE doesn't want to take any chances, and maybe after WrestleMania, that's when they'll finally start pushing Orton again. And he has made it clear publicly that he wants to turn heel, and I think most people would agree that the babyface act is stale. So if Orton turns heel and gets a push after WrestleMania, I think we'll start to see more of the fire out of him again. All right, this one comes from Walrus373. Hey Aaron, what are your thoughts on the botched enziguri from Del Rio when Big Show was holding the bucket? To me, it really reduced the momentum of the match. I thought Big Show fell asleep. Yeah, I thought that was amusing, and wasn't really a big fan of that match. I don't understand how that match was booked the way it was. It was kind of backwards, because you went from having 2 last man standing matches, and then the third match is just a standard match. Didn't really make a lot of sense, and like I said, wasn't a big fan of it, and the botches certainly didn't help matters. And I think they could have done something better with Del Rio, and I think it maybe hurt his momentum a little bit, but you know what, it's a pay-per-view, and not everybody who watches Raw is ordering the pay-per-view, so I think it would have been worse if they had this match and that kind of botch on Raw when you have 5 million people watching. I think that would have been worse. All right, this one comes from the IWC. Hey Aaron, why does the WWE let Daniel Bryan use the flying headbutt? I always associate that move with Chris Benoit. That's a good question. I really don't know why, other than the fact that with Benoit no longer around, that those moves are available, and somebody can come and claim those moves. Also, WWE goes out of their way to ignore Chris Benoit's existence, so people are going to forget about the flying headbutt, and they're going to forget about the crippler crossface. So why not use those moves when you have a new audience watching, and that this new audience doesn't know, they don't even know who Chris Benoit is. Another thing about the flying headbutt that surprises me is the whole thing that came out about Chris Benoit having the concussions, and one could say it's because of all those headbutts that he did over the years. So when you do the flying headbutt, it hurts, and you're taking a blow to the head every time you do that move. So it does surprise me a little bit that they would use that move. I mean, the crippler crossface is not going to make all that much of a difference, but the headbutt, that's a bit of a high risk move. So I am a little bit surprised that the WWE is allowing Bryan to use that move. But you know what? Bryan pulls it off and makes it look spectacular, so more power to him. All right, this one comes from Hawkeye24. Hey Aaron, what are your thoughts on WrestleMania 30 being WrestleMania XXX? Will it be for adults only, LOL? yeah, maybe this means China's going to show up. Hopefully not. But WrestleMania 30, you know what? The Super Bowl, to my knowledge, had the XXX logo for that event, and I know that it was definitely an issue in WWE. They were debating as to whether to go with the XXX or just do the number. In the end, they decided to stick to tradition and do the XXX, and it looks more fancy. And I mean, since the Super Bowl did it, I don't think that it's a big deal that WWE's doing it. I mean, whatever, They know their Roman numerals, and I don't think too many people are going to make a fuss about it, I don't think it's a big deal. Alright, this last one today comes from Chili Willy 90. Hey Aaron, with Brad Maddox now an assistant to Vicky Guerrero, do you think it could help make Raw more interesting with matchmaking choices? After I seen on Raw, I am impressed. Please answer in video. I think it's a good thing. You know what? Vicky Guerrero, as the GM or the managing supervisor, whatever she is, it's a bit stale. I mean, Vicky is a great heel, and she gets a lot of heat, but it's been the same thing for several years. I mean, that's how it was getting with Teddy Long after a while, but you know what? They changed it up. They had Vicky be the assistant to Teddy Long, and then they had Teddy as Booker T's assistant. So they did change it up over the years, and I think that that's what they're doing here, just to freshen things up a little bit, and also gives Brad Maddox something to do. And his strong point is talking. So I think it's a good way to utilize his abilities and just make things a little bit more interesting. And we'll see how the storyline progresses with him and Vicky Guerrero. It'll definitely be something interesting to watch. Alright, that'll do it for this edition of No DQ&A video. I wanted to mention, I haven't mentioned yet on the video, thank you guys for helping the No DQ CAW channel reach 10 million video views. That's a great accomplishment, so I want to thank everybody for that. And I've been uploading different playlists, creating different playlists, and one of them is the one I'm featuring today, the Talk Wrestling with Jeff Meacham. You can check out the link at the top of this video or in the description. Jeff was a big part in this channel and helping to make it as popular as it's been. And same thing for Mike Nagel. Mike Nagel has done a lot, so make sure you check out the Best of XMV playlist. And of course, check out the Best of No DQ&A video. And I will see you guys next time for more No DQ&A video.